Good morning, friends and students. How are you? I hope all you are fine and well, and everything is going on very well. So, today, just before beginning of this lesson, I would like to a question. So, have you ever seen a family where there is no death, where there is no pain, where there is no suffering, where there is no trials? The answer might be no. Yes, this is right. Maybe a person is wealthy, maybe a person is healthy, maybe a person is very strengthy, but he or she will be not away from the death. If we are born in this world, so there is a true state and death is there. No one can away from the death, or no one can run from the death. If life is there, that means death is also there. Okay. If a family is there, there may be suffering, there may be sorrow, there may be sad, there may be trials, there may be temptation, everything is there. Okay. No one can apart from it. So, my lesson is today the sermon at Benares. This is for class 10th from the book of First Flight, chapter number 9, and asked for the CBSE board, and it is written by Betty Renshaw. Okay, Betty Renshaw. In this chapter, we are going to look the sermon of Lord Buddha. So, what is sermon? What is sermon? That is very important question here. You can see that this is a book, secular book, means for the book of 10th class. Okay. So, when I teach something from this book, this can be called or this can be told. This is secular teaching. But instead of this book, if I place any religious book like Bible, like Quran, like Mahabharata, like Upanishad, Vedas, etc. Okay, etc. From that book, if I would explain something, or if I speak, or if I deliver a speech that regarding of divinity, so that is called a sermon. Okay, that is called a sermon. A political person speaks about politics. A teacher always teaches from his textbook, or a propagator always propagates something. Like the same way, those who are religious leader and those who are saint, okay, whatever they say from their scripture, okay, from their religious book, that is called a sermon. Okay, I hope you might have understood it. So, before entering to this lesson, I would like to request, please subscribe and comment. Okay, and hit the bell icon also. Because as much I am working, laboring, and as much I am, just the same thing working. So, according to my work, according to my videos, I have not that much subscribers. It is true. During this lockdown period, there is vast quantity of YouTube channel and YouTubers. But somehow, if you are watching, so just put your thumb onto the subscribe button and also bell icon. Okay, let's begin our topic and let's begin our chapter or lesson. The sermon at Benares is written by Betty Rancho. The chapter covers journey of Gautam Buddha from his home to the forest or to the jungle, or from his princely life, from his princehood to saintly life. Saintly life means sadhu sant. In Hindi we can say that sadhu sant. After seeing a person, an old man, or after seeing dead person, or after seeing a sorrowful person, after seeing a suffering person, he decided to find or to give up, and he decided to find why suffering is there, why death is there, why sorrow is there. He wanted to know the question. He wanted to get the answer of this question. And because of that reason, he left his family, he left his son, he left his wife, he left all his comfortable life. He left all his comfortable life and full of enjoyable life he had. And he was a prince, and you can imagine that a lot of facility that inside of his house, but he left everything and went to the forest and he meditated. After his meditating, he got finally attained salvation under a tree at Bodh Gaya. He asked many persons and he met to many religious people and many saints, but he couldn't get his answer. But when he sat unto the banyan tree with having a great determination, unless if I will not get any answer, so I will not wake up from this tree. That was his strong decision and that was his strong determination. After having his answer, after having his, that revolution, then he became a saint, and what he learned and he propagated to the world. In this time, if I would like to tell you the summary. Gautam Buddha 563 BC to 483 was a prince. His parents had named him Siddhanta Gautam. He had been shielded from the suffering of the world. At the age of 25, he saw a sick man, an aged man, and a dead man. He also saw an ascetic beginning for alms, unable to understand what he went. That he went in search of spiritual knowledge. After looking all these things, or after seeing all these things, especially to the dead person, especially to the sorrow person, especially to an old man, so after seeing all these things, he wanted to know the answer, and he wanted to know the enlightenment. He wanted to know the spiritual knowledge. As I told you, because of that reason, he left his family, he left his wife, he left his child. So after having, after having the knowledge, he delivered his speech, but after wandering for 7 years, almost he wandered 7 years. Okay, and as I told you, he went to many other places, and he asked to many people, and he asked to many saints, but he couldn't get any answer. And finally, okay, he sat under a peepal tree and vowed that he would stay there until he got enlightenment. He got that after a week and named the tree as Tree of Wisdom. He himself came to be known as Buddha. He got knowledge, in Hindi Buddhi, then he gave name of the tree Buddhi, then his name transformed from Siddhartha Gautam to Buddha. Okay, so here his first sermon at Benares, while he was speaking or while he was delivering his sermon, he spoke a story, that is a story of an woman, okay, whose name was Kisa Gautami. So Kisa Gautami, lost his child, means his child has been died, and because of that reason she got a lot of depression, and she got a lot of sad and sorrow. And then what happened there, she went to many places, and she asked many doctors, means Vaidyas. Okay, she went everywhere, she asked many persons for medicine, but nobody was given her medicine to become alive her child. And somebody said, you go to Gautam Buddha, so Mahatma Gautam Buddha, and he will give you the medicine. And with very enthusiasm, she went there, she reached there, and she said everything what happened with her. And she said about the dead child, and she asked the medicine to alive her dead child. Then Bhagavan or Lord Buddha said, you go and bring a handful of mustard seeds. You go and ask to the family, you go wherever you want. Okay, you go wherever you want, you go to which family you want, and she went there. But remember one thing, before taking the handful of mustard seed, just you have to ask if nearly there is any death in your family, nearly any suffering in your family, nearly any sadness in your family, nearly any trials in your family. First of all, you have to ask. If there is no, then you take the mustard seed and come to me. I will give the medicine. Okay, I will give the medicine. So then after she went, okay, she ran very fast, and one by family, she visited, and door to door, village to village, she visited, almost surrounding of that area. There might be many villages, and there might be many families. She went and she asked all the people, they were ready to give mustard seed, not only handful. If she wanted to get a sack of mustard seed, the people were ready to give. But her question was there, is there any death happen nearby? So if there is no any death in your family, if there is no any suffering or trials in your family, then you give the mustard seed. So when she asked it, nobody has given. Nobody has given. Finally, she reached to Bhagavan Buddha, Lord Buddha, and she might be said that I didn't found any house. So through that way, she understood death is a natural state. Death is a natural state. No one can away from the death. And from that story, he tried to make understand the people. Lord Buddha tried to understand the people that death is a true factor. No one can change it. Even if we see in some Puran, so many rishis, they wanted to become alive forever, but they couldn't do that. They wanted to make amrut and they wanted to drink that, and through that way they wanted to live hundreds of years or forever. But that had happened. It is true that in olden days, according to Bible, the people were living 1,000 years, 900 years, 800 years, 500 years. Gradually the day changed, and now this day we have hardly 60, 80, and those who are very gracious, and they live beyond 100 or beyond 60, 80, etc. So anyway, we have to come to our point. Now Lord Buddha said that so they are foolish, those who are crying for a dead person, because death is a natural factor, death is a natural state. So if a person born, somehow he would die. If anyone is crying, he is foolish. So that then finally, if a person, what he says, if a person weeps, his suffering only become greater. Okay, if a person weeps, so only there will be only pain. So those who do not grieve have peace of mind and will overcome sorrow. Okay, if a person get peace, then only he can overcome the sorrow. So students, I hope you have understood. Now, this is something theological contest. Okay, so anyway, so I hope you have understood it, and once again I tell you, if yet you haven't subscribed, please subscribe this channel and also press the bell icon also. Thank you. May God bless you.